You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not incapable. You are trapped. And the prison? Your own mind. That voice inside your head telling you, you're not ready. You'll fail. Start tomorrow. That goal is too big. That voice has stolen more dreams than failure ever could. Because most people never lose to life. They lose to the mental system running inside them. A system built from fear, old habits, past failures, people's opinions, and invisible beliefs they never even chose. And here's the scary part. Most people spend their entire life obeying a mind they never learned to control. They want success, but their programming secretly rejects it. They want confidence, but their identity keeps choosing fear. They want greatness, but their daily patterns keep dragging them back to average. And until you break the system, nothing changes. Because the biggest prison in life is not physical, it is psychological. And today, we're breaking it. The first thing you need to understand is this. Your mind is not designed to make you successful. It is designed to keep you safe. That changes everything. Because safety and greatness rarely live in the same room. Your brain wants familiar, even if familiar is painful. That's why people stay in bad routines, stay in toxic environments, stay stuck for years. Because the known feels safer than the unknown, even when the unknown could completely change their life. Your mind says, don't take the risk. Don't embarrass yourself. Stay comfortable. And slowly, comfort becomes a cage. That is the invisible system controlling most people. But here's where it gets dangerous. Your mind only becomes stronger when you obey fear. Every time fear wins, the system upgrades. Every excuse becomes proof. Every delay becomes identity. Every hesitation teaches your brain, this is who we are. And suddenly, without realizing it, you become the kind of person who quits before trying, who overthinks instead of acts, who dreams instead of executes. That is not personality. That is programming. And programming can be broken, but not the way most people think. You do not break your mind through motivation. Motivation is temporary. You break your mind through interruption. You interrupt the pattern, because patterns create identity, and identity creates destiny. Want proof? Think about your day. You wake up, check your phone, delay work, seek dopamine, avoid discomfort, repeat. That repetition becomes personality. But here's the secret. Your mind cannot survive repeated contradiction. Meaning, if your system says, I'm lazy, and you repeatedly take action, the system breaks. If your identity says, I'm weak, and you repeatedly do hard things, the system breaks. If your brain says, I can't, and you keep proving otherwise, the system collapses. Because your mind adapts to evidence, not wishes. That means the fastest way to destroy limitation is action, not thinking. Action, messy action, uncomfortable action, embarrassing action, repeated action. Because action rewires belief, and belief rewires reality. But there's another hidden enemy. And this one destroys almost everyone. Mental addiction to comfort. Comfort feels harmless, but comfort quietly kills ambition. You tell yourself, one more day, one more excuse. I'll start next week. And without noticing, years disappear. Potential disappears. Confidence disappears. Because confidence is built through proof, not positive thinking. You become confident after surviving discomfort, after facing fear, after doing things you once thought impossible. That's why people who struggle deeply often become dangerous later. Because suffering teaches something comfort never can. Self-trust. And self-trust changes everything. When you trust yourself, you stop overthinking. You stop doubting. You stop waiting for permission. Because now you know, I survive hard things. And that creates momentum. Momentum is powerful. Because success is rarely one giant moment. It's small wins stacking together. Wake up early once. Then again. Then again. Work out once. Then again. Then again. Face fear once. Then again. Then again. Eventually, your identity changes. And identity is where achievement begins. Most people try to change their results. Elite people change their identity. Instead of saying, I want success, say, I am becoming disciplined. Instead of, I want confidence, say, I am becoming fearless. Instead of, I want to win, say, I become the kind of person who wins. That shift matters. Because goals are temporary. Identity is permanent. And now comes the hardest truth. If you want everything, you must sacrifice who you are now. The current version of you cannot create the future you want. Read that again. You cannot think the same, act the same, waste time the same, fear the same, and somehow expect greatness. Transformation demands death, not physical death, identity death. The old habits die. The excuses die. The comfort addiction dies. The weak mindset dies. And what replaces it? A new system, built on discipline, built on action, built on standards, built on proof. That is when life changes, not overnight, but permanently. And here's what nobody tells you. Breaking your mind system feels terrifying at first, because your old identity fights back. It wants safety, predictability, comfort. But if you survive that phase, everything changes. Your confidence rises. Your discipline strengthens. Your opportunities expand. Your standards rise. And suddenly, the things that once felt impossible become normal. That is how people achieve extraordinary things. Not because they are special, because they became mentally dangerous. They stopped obeying limitation, stopped listening to fear, stopped negotiating with excuses, and started building a mind strong enough to create the life they wanted. Because the truth is, you are one broken mental system away from becoming someone your current self would barely recognize.